How's everybody doing? I wanted to talk to you guys today about making this stuff fit. It's one thing to say, hey, I'm gonna upgrade my battery and put a bigger controller, and I'm gonna have this huge battery in there. But if you can't make it fit, then it doesn't work. So I've been saying this whole time, hey, I'm gonna double my battery size, and I'm gonna put this big controller in there, and we're gonna go fast, and but unless you can do it, you can't do it. So this is a stock Razor gas tank. Has this little shelf in here, cuts through here. There's a shelf. All this part down here is totally open. Some wires that come out, and then that closes. You have a on-off switch and a charge port. That's completely stock. Still has the stickers on it. Once you remove these black pieces, it lifts up out of there. And let me take a minute to show you guys my seat mod. So I've been getting questions about it. This seat, Amazon, eBay, either one of them. You go on there, you search motorcycle, cafe style, humpback seat, motorcycle. This will come up. There's a bunch of sellers out there. They have a plastic underpan to them, and they come with this hardware. You need to notch the hardware out to look like that, and the bolts will come with it and everything. So you just notch that hardware out to look like that, so that it fits around that fork, the end of the fork tube. So then when you mount it, it just slides up under there. And then underneath your seat, you have 2 screw holes already from your old mounting seat. And I just run some coarse thread screws up through there because it's a plastic underpan. I put some bumpers on there. I've got some rubber bumpers on there just to sit on the frame better. But that's the seat mod. Go on there, eBay or Amazon. Search motorcycle seat, cafe style, humpback. You'll get these. You'll get the flat seats. They come in the black. They come in stripes. They come in diamond patterns. There's all kinds of them. Average price $40 bucks. Average price. I've seen. I think I got this one for 27, but then they go for 50. Some go for 80. It all depends on what you're looking for. But that's the seat mod. That's a good mod. Okay, now. So like I was saying, we're gonna double capacity a battery. Well, you got to make it fit in that tank. So we got the old tank out, and what we did, we started mocking up. Battery will be here tomorrow. We're so excited. So we cut the second battery out of foam, and we have cut out the tray and the lip to make what we think it'll fit. This is just a little bit bigger than what the battery's going to be. And we got it in there. So the other half goes on. That's the other half they screw together. It splits in half. And then you have this door. The door here will open up. What used to be, here's what used to be in there. Like I said, with the switch and the charge port, and then it has that. It used to mount onto the plastic. We've had to cut all of that away. We've cut all that away and just left that little bit. And what we did was we made a new plate to cover all that, and all we have in there now is a switch. We had to move the switch back so we'd have enough room for that battery to fit in there. We made one for a key switch, but with the angle and with the batteries, it just wouldn't work. So we got that made. So yeah, so we're gonna get the batteries in there, barely. We've got to get a charge port in there, and then we've got a voltmeter coming that should mimic a gas cap. So that's gonna come out. That's gonna come out of the top of the tank. So it'll mimic that gas tank. It'll look. Okay, and then like I was saying, then you got this big controller, and now you gotta get this controller to fit in there. You got your batteries up in your tank, so that's done you a big favor, because now you have all this room down here to mount your controller. You want to mount that good, solid, and contact free. You don't want other wires touching. So what I'm saying is, when you're thinking about mounting your controller, think about the direction of your wires and how they're going to go. Like this one, you don't want your phase wires crossing over your positive and negative battery wires. That's not good. You have not double current, but you know what I'm saying. You have wires crossing, you have different signals going. That's a phase signal, and then you got a battery amp signal, and that shouldn't be. So what I'm saying is, think about the direction. I put mine on there. I got my copper lugs, so that's my negative battery, that's my positive battery. If I shoot them out, those both out that way, and then I run all my phase wires this way, that's a good looking configuration, because not only function, we like form, we like to look good going fast. So think about that. Think about your wiring. Think about your configurations. Think about your mounting positions. Is it a good mounting position as far as is it going to perform well? And then is a good mounting position, is it going to function well? And is it a good mounting position, is it going to look good? At the end of the day, you like good looking stuff. I do. I like good looking stuff. So, think about that. Think about that in your mind. You just don't want to throw that in there any old way and then say, oh, now I need 2 foot of wire because I got to run it. I got to loop it around here because my connection's over on that side. Think about that. You want to keep your wires short. You want to keep as least amount of connections as possible. Yet you want connections in the right places so that you can work on it and diagnose it. And if something goes bad, boom, unplug it and plug something new in. So think about that stuff. We've got an old panel on there, so we've got that on there so that we can see exactly how much space it is. We do have down here for mounting our controller. This was our old setup. It's on a heat sink that we had bought, and then we had mounted the heat sink in there like that. So that's always an option, but we've already done that, so we might try something new. All right, man. So think about how big you're gonna go, and think about, is it gonna fit? And if it does, what is it gonna look like? Am I gonna have wires and batteries and controllers hanging out of the underneath the seat? And am I gonna have something zip tied here and there? I think about that just as much as I think about how well it's gonna perform. So I wanted to throw that out there for you guys to think about. We're gonna get that battery in here. It's gonna be here tomorrow. That's gonna be exciting. Hopefully we get some ride. We'll probably throw it together real quick and take it out just to see what it rides like before we really do any final wiring and stuff. But we've got everything coming in. We've got our lugs, and we've got all our XT connectors, and we've got all our Kelly connectors, and we're ready to wire this up as soon as that battery gets here. I've been checking the tracking numbers every day. It'll be here tomorrow. So stay tuned. We probably won't do a real video on it until next weekend. So probably won't talk to you guys till next weekend. Take it easy.